I was tagged today in a YouTube video by Mike and Tam at BonedaddyToo down in North Georgia. It's the first time I've ever been tagged in a YouTube video, so it's kind of exciting. And usually, if you're not familiar with these tag games, sometimes it's a box you send people, sometimes it's a list of questions you answer. There's just different things that you do. This one is questions about autumn or fall. For some reason, the word autumn hangs me up. I don't like that word. I don't know why. It's autumn. It's autumn out. No, it's fall. It's fall out. So I'm going to go over these 5 questions for fall, and then I'm going to pick 2 people to tag. So the first question is, do you prefer a spooky fall or a comfy fall? And I told somebody earlier, a spooky fall is a comfy fall. Like, to me, fall is supposed to be a little spooky. That's just my mindset. Fall is when, the leaves are dying, falling off the trees. Everything in the fields is dying and drawing up. And I think fall is supposed to be kind of a reminder of the spooky stuff that's out there and how really there's no sense in being afraid of it. So to me, a spooky fall is a comfy fall, and a comfy fall is a spooky fall. But let me say this too. Spooky doesn't necessarily mean scary. I like scary stuff, but I wouldn't want the entire fall to be scary. I want it to be spooky. My favorite fall drink. I can already hear a couple people going, soda, it's soda. It's pop. And everybody knows Diet Coke.
Just for the fun of it, just for the taste of it, Diet Coke.
I live and die by Diet Coke. But I really don't know that I would call that a fall drink. That's a year-round. I drink a lot of Diet Coke. My favorite fall drink is probably either hot chocolate or just apple juice. And I know you can get apple juice year round, and that's kind of weird, but to me apple juice seems kind of like the fall. And I think it's because we used to have a farmer's market out on the outside of town, and they had all these apple trees on the property where they have this farmer's market. And for, I want to think it was like $5 or something, it wasn't much. You went out and you picked apples. I can't remember how many you picked, but you had pretty much a certain amount you had to kind of get going. And they had this huge, I don't know if you'd call it a cider press. It really didn't press anything. It had a hopper. You put the apples in the hopper, and there was gears and things down in there that had teeth, and you cranked it, and it spit apple juice, like good apple juice, out the other side. So when you paid your $5 and picked your apples, they gave you a great big mason jar full of ice. So all the apple juice went straight into the mason jar with the ice, and it was always so good. It's the best stuff ever. And whenever I drink apple juice now, that's what it makes me think of, and that's a fall thing to me. So I'd say my favorite fall drink is apple juice. My favorite fall color. My mind immediately goes to black, but black's a Halloween color. Black's not really a fall color, I don't think. Or it's not to me. Black's Halloween. So I'd probably go with the other Halloween color and say orange, because orange is an overall fall color. And I think my favorite trees, like when they start to turn, are the ones that turn like real bright orange. And I love pumpkins. So orange is probably my favorite fall color. Do you prefer apple picking or s'mores on the bonfire? Well, even with the big story I just told about apples and apple juice, it's s'mores on the bonfire. Apple picking, like as a planned activity, or what would you call it? I know like farther up north, it's kind of like a thing in the fall to go to an orchard and pick apples. And I'm guessing we have orchards here. I guess it's kind of a thing here too, but I don't know. I don't know that I eat enough apples to justify the cost of going apple picking. I have nothing against apples, but if I'm going to eat one, I'd rather it be a Granny Smith or nothing. Um, I don't know. It just seems odd to go apple picking. It's like, I don't know. It just seems odd to me. I'd rather sit around the bonfire. And two, I would rather sit around the bonfire because if you're going out picking apples with a bunch of friends, it don't seem like you really get to hang out or talk all that much because you're busy, picking apples. Like, that's what you go do. If you're sitting around a bonfire making s'mores with friends, then you can sit and talk and cut up and tell ghost stories or whatever and spend better time together. So I'm more s'mores on the bonfire. Is, do I have any special autumn foods or treats? I will tell you, every year when I first see the Reese peanut butter cup pumpkins in the store, I get excited. Those things are good. They have so much more peanut butter in them. I think the eggs, the Reese eggs they do at Easter, I like a little bit better, but those pumpkins, those pumpkins can get down. I love peanut butter. A special autumn food. To me, I know a lot of people, when it comes to autumn, their minds immediately either go to chili or around here it's soup beans. Hog killing weather if you make soup beans. But to me, it's potato soup. Tater soup. Because it doesn't really feel like fall till you get that first bowl of homemade potato soup. And it's always funny because, like, the first time you hear anybody making potato soup in the fall, they don't tell you they're going to make potato soup. They tell you they're going to try to make potato soup, like they forgot how from the year before. And it's always good, But to me, fall feels like potato soup more than it feels like soup beans or chili, which I'm not a big... They're going to take my Appalachian card away from me, but I'm not a big fan of soup beans. Like, I can leave. I take them or leave them. It's all right. Chili, I'm really particular about the chili that I eat. I don't like Gold Star or Skyline or any of those. That, to me, that's not chili. That's nasty. That's what you put on a hot dog. That's not chili. It's not real chili. So yeah, I'm going with tater soup. So now it's my time to tag somebody, and y'all know how neurotic I am. So I sat and worried and questioned who's going to tag. I thought, I know some people are busy. Some people may not want to do it. And then I thought, the best thing I can do is write down a bunch of names and put them in a cup. So that's what I did. This owl has gotten out of storage for the first time this year. He's a little dusty, so ignore it. But I think I wrote down there were 14 or 15 different channel names. It does not include people who Bone Daddy tagged with me or anybody like that. So I figured this is probably the easiest way to go about it. The first one is Lady Bass Player, LBP, a fellow Kentuckian. And I have a feeling I know exactly how she will do the video because she does videos about songs from the 60s and 70s and stuff that you might have forgotten about. She shows the pictures, so I bet her favorites are pictures with some music. And just to show y'all, I thought they were more than that. Crystal Crystal at Destinations Delight. I couldn't even get her name out. So I will put a list of the questions in this challenge down in the description. I will also include links to BonedaddyToo. That way y'all can go check him out and see what his answers were and watch his channel. He's one of my favorites. And I will put one to Midlife Mamaw, that's who tagged Bone Daddy. And then I will put links to LBP and Destinations Delight so you can see what their answers are too. Y'all know, as always, I appreciate you watching.